The bad news is that I now have to take Toy Story off my list of favorite trilogies. The good news though is that it's now on my list of favorite quadrilogies. Well, technically it's a tetralogy. I really gotta start using that word more often because I've been calling it a quadrilogy for years. What's up everybody, Johnnie Omega here, giving you my review of Toy Story 4. This is the fourth film in the Toy Story franchise and it brings back all the characters you know and love, as well as the voice actors. Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Joan Cusack. This movie brings in some new characters played by Keanu Reeves and also Key and Peele. And this movie also brings back Annie Potts to play Bo Peep, who we haven't seen since Toy Story 2 back in '99. The main premise at the beginning of this movie is that the toys have to teach this new character called Forkie how to be a toy. He wasn't an animate object, but has now become sentient once Bonnie turns him into a toy during kindergarten orientation. The family decides to go on a week-long road trip and Bonnie takes all her toys with her, but during that road trip, Forkie and Woody become separated from everybody else. Not too long after that, Woody runs into Bo Peep, and as they get reacquainted, a lot of other crazy things start to happen, and now the adventure begins. Starting with what I liked about the movie, I liked the fact that at the beginning they took the time to explain what happened to Bo Peep. I actually thought Pixar was going to take the lazy way out writing-wise, and when Bo Peep came into the movie, she was just going to do a couple lines of dialogue to explain what happened. But I love the fact that they actually took the time to show you what happened between Toy Story 2 and 3. And I also like the fact that this movie is relevant in the whole Toy Story timeline. These toys spend all this time with Andy, but when he grows up and has to give his toys away, now these toys have to come to terms with the fact that they have a new owner. Out of all the toys, it actually affects Woody more than most, and a lot of this movie is Woody trying to find his purpose for Bonnie. Another thing I liked about this movie is I like how the writers split up screen time with everybody. A lot of new characters get brought into this movie, which unfortunately means that a lot of the old characters have to fall back a little bit, but I like how they still made the OG characters relevant. You still appreciate the fact that they're there even if they're not front and center. Something else I liked about the movie was how outright hilarious it was. I honestly think it was the funniest Toy Story out of all of them. I mean, there's humor in all the Toy Story movies, but I think what they did in this movie took it to the next level. The only thing I would say negative about this movie isn't really a negative, more so an observation. The thought did pop in my head that if Forkie doesn't know what it's like to be a toy, then why does he still react like a toy whenever a human comes around? Toy Story 1 already established that toys can move in front of humans, but for whatever reason, Forkie doesn't. And I know I'm a grown man sitting here talking about the realisticness of an animated movie about toys coming to life, but I'd be lying if I said the thought didn't cross my mind. So in conclusion, the story was great, the characters are great, the movie did a good job of ramping up the action when it needed to while also pulling at the heartstrings when it needed to. It just amazes me how in all these years, Pixar has some hits, Pixar has some misses, but they always seem to make great Toy Story movies. So great in fact that I don't think there's a consensus on which one is the best, or even which one is the worst. Usually by the time you get to at least the third movie in the franchise, there's always that one that's clearly not as good as the rest. But going into this franchise, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head which one I'd rank as number 4. All that being said, I'd say this movie is Omega level. So comment below and let me know what you guys thought of the movie. And also, if you've made the decision already, which one do you think is the best out of the 4 Toy Story movies? Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and click that subscribe button to see what we got coming next.